our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry, this free examination, normally $199, is yours for free and good only through Sunday. For your free examination, call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Call now.
Are you curious about QC Kinetics? Let me tell you what we do.
That's Dr. Daniel Zuckerman, a medical director at QC Kinetics.
We treat people who have joint pain, and we use your body's healing properties, the things that you already have in you, in your blood, to heal your knee pain, your joint pain, your shoulder pain, your back pain. You have everything that you need in you already.
The same natural process that heals a cut on your finger also works inside your body.
And so what we do at QC Kinetics is take those healing properties, concentrate them down from your body, and put them where they need to go. We are the experts in regenerative medicine. That's all we do.
And best of all, there's no surgery, no downtime, or harmful drugs.
This is the future of medicine.
And your consultation is completely free. Call QC Kinetics, 904-274-5522. That's 904-274-5522. 904-274-5522.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
Coogan Nation. Time to rise and shine and start your day with Duval Sports Media Big Steppers. Dan Hicken.
You know it!
Jeff Prosser.
It's a big deal.
Gosh, it sure is a big deal.
And E to the T.
E.T. is in the booth.
Rise and shine. Googans, go time on a Tuesday morning. I just find a reason to get excited every morning. Glad to be with you here as we get you up and rolling on a CTAT, Catlin Truck Accessories Tuesday. Big toys for big boys. Much, much more. You can count on Catlin downtown, 2nd and Main. In business, over 100 years. Golly, with us now for almost 20. That's how we roll here on the Drill this morning. The Jags have a new defensive coordinator. We'll share some thoughts on that. I immediately thought of the Jaguars' defensive coordinators in history. You know what I'm saying? And like where they came from, what their track record was, how the defenses that they were a part of performed the year before they got here, and then how their defenses evolved when they were the Jaguars' defensive coordinator. It's an up and down ride. Mike Caldwell will actually leave, having won 52% of his games, which is pretty good. In fact, only Mike Smith and Dom Capers have higher, I shouldn't say that, Dick Duran also barely at 54%. But what were the defenses when these guys came, and then what did they become? I think often it seems like you are an extension of your head coach. If your head coach is on the offensive side, it seems like the offensive side of that of the ball for that team. In our case, it will be the Jags. Doug Peterson comes from the offensive side. Not that you can't build it, on the other side. The Chiefs, Andy Reid, the offensive side of the ball, forever known for their offense. But Sunday's shootout win over the Bills notwithstanding, what have they been carried by this year for much of the year? The defense, right? Big defensive matchup to get into that Chiefs-Ravens coming up. Jags were very stable at the position coming out of the gates. Dick Duran was here for 4 years from 95 to 98. And then Dom Capers gave a couple. And by the time Mike Smith went 03 to 07, they'd only had 5 coordinators in, 13 years? It's a position that moves around a bunch. If you're a coordinator on a good team, what do you become? You become a head coach. Somebody wants you. They wanted Dick Duran, became a head coach. They wanted Dom Capers, became a head coach. They wanted Mike Smith, became a head coach. Unfortunately, we've had a string of guys since then who, didn't exactly go on to become a head coach. Mel Tucker at a different level, college football. But anyway, it's Ryan Nielsen is the name. We're going to get into his resume a little bit. E made a good point. I think you're going to like him from this perspective. He's an aggressive, young, looks like a defensive coordinator type dude.
Put that thing on the side of the mouth, spitting. That's what he looks like.
You see what I'm saying? He looks like a defensive coordinator. He looks like the kind of guy whose personality is going to excite fans. Let's see what he can do with his defense. He was in Atlanta for just 1 year. They were significantly improved. Before that, he spent time in New Orleans as a defensive line coach. But this is what I'm talking about. In 2022, the Falcons allowed 362 yards, 22.7 points. Those averages were 27th in the league and 23rd in the league. 1 year under Ryan Nielsen, they chopped off 40 yards per game down to 321. That's 11th best in the NFL. And also improved in points allowed up to 21, which was right about what the Jaguars had this year. So we shall see. We'll talk a little bit more about the specifics of what he runs as far as a scheme, as far as tendencies, those sorts of things. But I think by all accounts, this is viewed as a good, strong move by Doug Peterson. It's a guy that they really wanted and were blocked from talking to. Remember last year the Ravens wanted to talk to Press Taylor? How many Jags fans would say, yeah, you could go ahead. Go ahead and give him a look-see. Monken has done a great job up there with Lamar as they get set for the AFC Championship game. But that aside, the Jaguars blocked it because it's a lateral move. Well, the Jags have been interested in Nielsen before Arthur Smith was fired, so that move was blocked. But since there's a head coaching change, Nielsen becomes a free agent, so to speak. I've seen Nielsen linked to some of the head coaching openings out there. So we shall see. There are some pieces to work with this defense for sure. You had 2 double-digit sack guys on the edge. Can you find another edge rusher and move Trayvon inside? Doesn't seem like that is kind of the next logical move. What are they going to do with some guys whose contracts get more expensive? Foyer's been so good, man. Sometimes you don't know what you got till it's gone. I hate to mess with that. I look at where some of the money was reinvested, and we didn't get dividends last year. We darn sure need to get a lot more out of Roy Robertson-Harris and Devon Hamilton in 2024. If that's still part of the plan, we shall see. For a team coming off back-to-back wins, this doesn't feel like a fine-tuning offseason, does it, E?
Don't.
Last year felt they sure treated it like it could just be a fine-tuning offseason.
No, not this season.
Right, they didn't do much at all. They thought they fine-tuned with the addition of Ridley, and they kind of stuck with what they had in other spots for the most part. Kind of a swap out Juwan Taylor for a first-round tackle who probably played about as good as Taylor did. Certainly will, it looks like, as he moves forward in his career. So they kind of fine-tuned. This feels like it's going to be more of an overhaul. That offensive line in the middle needs to be better. We got to get the running game going again, whether it's strictly O-line or we need more talent there. Pushing and or backing up ETN. I think we learned as the injuries piled up, the receiving core, which we thought was, full of young, exciting prospects, it wasn't. The receiving core was a weakness, wasn't it?
Oh, yes.
I mean, a big-time weakness when we played games without Zay Jones and without Christian Kirk, and who knows what the future of Calvin Ridley is. I got mixed feelings on that one, I find, E.
Uh-oh.
But one day I feel like, I think I'm going to go in another direction, and then on the other side I'm like, well, we'd invested 1 year. It concerns me what we heard Lageman say. Remember we had that soundbite Lageman had as kind of the season ender?
Oh, yeah, I remember Logs.
With the boys from Jaguars today. And so the topic of what do you do this offseason, by the way, Logs will be back in the studio with the guys today. He's a Tuesday regular. but he was visiting with them last week, either then or right after the season ended, either way. But here you are, Trevor Lawrence, right? It's going to be a second contract sooner rather than later. It's who you're building around. He's got to have his guy, right? Don't you feel like the quarterbacks around the league, they got their guy for the most part? So can Calvin Ridley be that guy? The Logs comments make you raise an eyebrow.
I don't think it's a priority. I mean, I don't think you can forget part of the season where there was talk about miscommunication. And I'm not saying that you don't try. I think you always try, but there's got to be a comfortable number that fits, okay,
Would
where
you
the
tag
player
him
was
for
at.
1 year?
No, I would not.
All right, and then he also went on to say he didn't feel warm and fuzzy between Ridley and Trevor, right? That's important too.
I just never got the impression this year that it was warm and fuzzy. With Christian Kirk and Zay, Trevor talks about them glowingly. You never got that impression when Trevor talked about Calvin. And you never, from a performance standpoint, saw it and go, yeah, those two guys are really on the same page.
All right, so that's just kind of a little bit of the Jags' perspective here. Again, it feels more of an overhaul. When you change coordinators, that's not a fine-tune move. And so I would imagine that the guy's going to come in with specific ideas on what he wants in certain positions. We're going to have to manage all that around a cap. That listen, let's don't get it too twisted. Jags aren't underwater in the cap. Don't they have like $54 million? I think I saw, or is that not right?
I thought that was about right.
Right. Fire up the Google machine for the first time. First, how we doing in there this morning? Good.
I'm good money.
I was a little bit concerned when I pulled in.
What happened?
Backed it in a little crooked today, man. You're usually straight up between the lines, a little bit crooked today. Just makes me wonder just a little bit. So I'll let E fire up that Google machine. And I will mention just a couple of eye-openers from the association last night. All right. It's so funny what winning and losing does in the perspective of great individual nights. All right? Joel Embiid had 70 last night. That's a franchise record. When you hold a franchise record for a franchise that employed Wilt Chamberlain for a significant portion of his career, yeah, that's pretty outstanding. Because I know what you thought is, hold on, 70. Wilt Chamberlain had 100 for Philadelphia. He did, the Philadelphia Warriors. But for the Sixers, 70 by Embiid last night, and it came in a win over the Spurs, so it was, nothing but celebrated by team and organization alike. I hope you remembered what I was going to ask you to Google. Okay, good. Because, your boy in here is switched over here to the association. So Embiid goes for 70. They win. It's a big, exciting, celebratory night in Philadelphia. Meanwhile, Minnesota Timberwolves got 62 from Anthony Towns last night. So Karl Anthony Towns goes for 62. That's a franchise record in Minnesota. But the T-Wolves blew an 18-point lead. They were stunned by the Charlotte Hornets on Monday night. And so their coach, Chris Finch, not so much on his players' award-winning night. He called his team immature, absolute disgusting performance of defense and immature basketball, criticizing how the Timberwolves responded to Towns' hot start, saying they stopped looking to make the right play. I mean, there's lots of times when just because you score 2, 3, 4 points in a row, baskets in a row, obviously we're going to try and feed the hot hand, look for the hot hand, but at some point we got to get back to making the right play, doing the right things. Towns shot it 35 times last night. Went 10 for 15 from 3. Having a night like that on a loss doesn't feel very good or historic, though, Towns did say. But then they ask him, are you talking about because they were forcing Towns and the coach Finch said, yeah, basically that's what I'm saying. Like I said, there's a lot of ways to be immature. There's a lot of ways to be immature. There's a lot of immature performances here throughout the roster. We totally disrespected the game ourselves, and we got exactly what we deserved. A little different attitudes coming off of franchise nights, really, by two big men in the NBA. But that's 70 points. That's a lot of points in a game, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm old enough to remember back in the 90s, there would be games. I bet you I can find you a playoff game where a team did not get 70. Oh, they're running and gunning these days in the league.
They find that thing up.
What Google tell us?
The Jaguars are 30th, and they are $23 million over the cap.
So they are over the cap. We were wrong. Maybe it was just I saw a story somewhere that $54 million sticks in my head for some reason, and we're sure that's 2024. We're not looking at last year.
Yep.
You got me covered in there.
I got you.
Well, there's probably a next level of what's. Yeah, but I guess what's coming off the books, they would include that already. I don't know. Well, that ain't good. I don't need to hear that. I don't think the issue with re-signing Ridley. I don't think it's not about the pick. We lose a pick either way. It's about what it had cost, right? Like if it was Ridley just for yada da, $7.5 million a year, $9 million a year. Yeah, sure, you give up the second round pick. You're going to have to give up a third anyway. But it's what kind of financial implication and how solid is that relationship between Trevor and Agent Zero? That'll be important. All right, I got what I think is kind of an interesting look at this Ravens-Chiefs game. Obviously, it's going to involve the quarterbacks, but I'm going to ask you some questions when we come back about the matchup and about some other premier quarterback matchups that we've seen, and now the most important legacy-defining portion of an NFL player's career. So we'll do that. We'll get into that a little bit when we come back on the other side. Catlin Truck Accessories Tuesday means brunch with the tour. Tom Alter pinch hitting. We'll update you on I am doing so far in the golf what I did in the Friday 5-pack. Edie, remember how terrible I started in the Friday 5-pack?
Yeah, it wasn't looking good for the boy.
No, I was like 8 under, and the boys were like 7 and 8 over. I mean, I was way back, and by the end, I comfortably first finished over 500 for the year and comfortably out of jeopardy of spinning the wheel. So I can only hope that same sort of mojo can emerge this year. You don't want to fall behind too soon, but man, there are a lot of events and a lot of cash at play, so it'll be a roller coaster ride. I bring this up to tell you, though, that the spin's in play this year for the brunch with the tour.
Big spins.
The spin is in play. Whoever's last shall spin at the wheel. That wheel should come in today, shouldn't it?
Yeah, that wheel should be in today.
Yeah, appreciate the Guggen who stepped up after Dan Hickens really just felonious hijinks.
Shout out.
Hooked us up. We have the what were the punishments again? They were capture the flag, paintball, 3-on-1. That one will not go good for him.
The henna tattoo.
No, he didn't do the henna.
He did. I thought he did that. Okay, maybe he didn't.
Well, hold on, because I know it's the mayonnaise sandwich. We're gonna slather him in mayonnaise, throw cold cuts and bread at him. He's got to pick it off of his dirty, hairy body and eat it, which he'll do. There's walk to work. There's paintball. There is
the zoo,
The
poop.
The zoo, right? You got to clean the poop. And did I do walk to work already?
Yeah, you say walk to work.
You got to do the poop at the zoo. I don't think it's the hint. You know what? The text line. This is where the text line says. Oh yeah, it was this. All right, let's do this. Let's take a break. Let's come back on the other side. I got a question that might put this matchup this weekend between Lamar and Mahomes in even better perspective. Well, let's see. Let's see if you agree. Up and rolling. It's Catlin Truck Accessories Tuesday. Thank you for listening to The Drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. Catch Gators basketball on 1010XL.
After 2 on the road, the Gators unpack against Mississippi State. Tomorrow night at 8:30 on 1010 AM.
Hi, this is Dale Murray from South Georgia to Central Florida and coast to coast. The Murray Ford Superstores are still putting the customers first and cranking out the deals those big city dealers can't touch. It's no wonder everybody's driving to Murray Ford Superstore to purchase their new vehicle. It's simple. If Murray Ford Superstores doesn't have it, the manufacturer doesn't build it. Plus, you get a 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified new and pre-owned vehicle. Shazam! Holy Jesus Aruba Batman, how do we do it? There's no reason for your purchase to take all day, running around with those big city dealers and being flim-flammed with those big city prices. Nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. And we'll trade anything from aluminum cans to minivans. Be American, buy Murray Ford Superstore. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray, in Stark or Kingsland. I'll be waiting for you. And remember, at any Murray Superstore, it's all about you. Shazam!
Exciting news from Leonard Truck Accessories in Jacksonville on Blanding Boulevard. Stocking brands like Real Truck, UWS, WeatherGuard, Carry-On Trailers, and more. Grand opening on February 2nd at noon with tons of prizes to win, like a brand new golf cart. Leonard, your truck, your style.
Let me get this thing unwrapped here. Duval!
Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, man. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. Johns County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Dailies Dash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, like me. I'm sure there's a Dailies Dash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course,
oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Dailies Dash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Dailies Dash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
Cold out there now? You want it warm and cozy inside, but is your home heating system safe to use regularly? Let Bold City Heating and Air perform a winter system checkup now for only $49. The Bold City team will optimize and revitalize your heating system so it's running safe and at peak efficiency. Don't waste hundreds by running your system poorly. Schedule a winter system checkup with BoldCityAC.com. Just $49 for peace of mind. Visit BoldCityAC.com.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Baloo here for Smoonez Vision. Why Smoonez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smoonez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smoonez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smoonez is fellowship-trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmoonezVision.com today. Care you can see.
I love to listen to XL Primetime, but it's on while I'm at work.
You can't listen all day, every day, but you can catch what you missed.
Good thing I can listen on demand.
Go on demand at 1010XL.com.
Brought to you by Underdog Fantasy.
Frank Frangie here. I was born and raised in Jacksonville, and I love living here. But I also know how bad bugs are in Florida. So I trust Orange Environmental Services to handle all my pest control needs because they've got the best technicians and effective treatment. Their name may be orange, but they think green. Orange Environmental has been serving the First Coast for over 50 years, and they now offer complete lawn maintenance services. Call Orange Environmental Services for peace of mind from bug problems today. Call them at 272-3284. That's 272-3284.
Electricians, innovators, and tech enthusiasts, listen up. Miller Electric is shaping the future, and we want you to be a part of it. From healthcare and data centers, corporate offices, aviation, and industrial facilities, Miller Electric is powering the most exciting projects in Jacksonville and beyond. We offer not just a job, but a thrilling career with great pay and incredible benefits. Visit us at millercareers.com to apply. Miller Electric, where your skills meet our vision and equal opportunity employer.
Bush Loaded, the greatest hits tour. August 29th, Daly's Place. With special guests, Jerry Cantrell and Candlebox. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Bush Loaded, the greatest hits tour. A great night of incredible rock.
When all you have is a hammer, everything is a nail. I'm Dr. George Bari, and like me, I know you have been bombarded with PRP and stem cell treatments from companies that promise the world and charge prices to match. Or the surgeon that convinced you the only way to treat your injuries through surgery. At Bari Orthopedics, we offer the best PRP treatment on the market with prices that won't cost you an arm and a leg. We also have the expertise to treat your injury surgically, if that is what it entails. We can discuss all surgical and non-surgical options with you and make sure you get the best treatment available. Come see me, Dr. George Bari at Bari Orthopedics.
Hear the Florida Gators all season on 1010XL. Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson, the official window and door replacement partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. 1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
A little fascinating little dive here. Just like what the Jaguars defense was the last couple of coordinators the year before they hired him, and then what it was when said coordinator left. It's been a tumultuous position, in part because they've been changing head coaches. So let's just go back 10 years. Gus Bradley takes the job. Bob Babich is named the defensive coordinator. Those were some rough years, right? Especially those first couple three under Gus Bradley. When Babich left in 2015, along with Gus Bradley, I guess, in yards allowed per game, the Jags were 23rd. And in points per game, 31st. So in comes Todd Wash. He was there from 16 to 20. So he came in to coordinate a defense that had been 23rd. And by the way, he was on the staff already. 23rd in yards, 31st in scoring. And by the time he left in 2020, the Jaguars defense was 31st in scoring and 31st in yards. The most recent example would be Mike Caldwell coming in to take over for Joe Cullen. Cullen forced into a one and done because of the Urban Meyer fiasco. The Jags defense had been 19th in yards in 2021. Mike Caldwell leaves. They were 21st in yards. It's actually got two spots worse in scoring. They were better by a few points. A significant difference, 28th to 17th. So what do you get from Ryan Nielsen as he comes in? You get a guy whose Atlanta defense is arrow pointing up. He's at least when he was introduced in Atlanta, he said he wasn't going to commit to either being a 4-3 or a 3-4. Y'all know what that means by now, right? 4-3, you got 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers. A 3-4, the opposite, 3 down, 4 up. The Jags have the personnel to probably play either. He played a lot of man-to-man, so corners better be up for the. The Jags defense was ragged down the stretch. They gave up almost, forget what the overall numbers are, almost 30 points a game when it mattered. The team imploded to 1-5 down the stretch. And ironically, the one win was a shutout over the league's worst team. So Ryan Nielsen, more on him. Again, he pointed this out. Some of you feeling it already. Dude looks like a defensive coordinator. He's got that look. I see the hat turn around backwards, bent over at the waist, hands on knees, just screaming. That's what I can see. So we shall see just what kind of a difference it can make. Again, there's going to be certainly some personnel overhaul this offseason as well, and we'll get into that. All right. So Lamar and Mahomes going to meet this week in the AFC Championship game. Significant from this standpoint. Multiple MVPs don't meet often in the postseason, this deep in the postseason for conference championship games. I want to say, if we can agree that Lamar's about to win his second, I want to say that it's only the fourth time multiple MVPs have met this late in the process. The other matchup was the same. It was Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. And so I was thinking about it in that context, and Lamar's fixing to win his second MVP, right? But in terms of a legacy and what we're going to remember from this season and all of them combined up, I kind of present it to you this way. Play along in the car. You're welcome. It's free. About to save you 8 minutes of traffic time today with this jolt of interest. You ready? E.T.
Talk to me.
How many Super Bowls has Patrick Mahomes won?
2 of them.
Yeah, he's won 2. How many MVPs does he have?
2 of them.
Yeah, 2. How many Super Bowls how many MVPs will Lamar Jackson have won?
2 of them.
Yeah, how many Super Bowls does he have?
0.
Okay. You're right on Mahomes. He is a 2-2. How many Super Bowls did Peyton Manning win?
2.
How many MVPs does he have?
At least 2.
Yeah, okay. How many Super Bowls did Brady win?
6.
6 or 7?
7.
How many MVPs does Brady have?
7.
Okay. How many, I got other great examples that are a little further. It's more my generation. But I'll ask you, how many Super Bowls did, Terry Bradshaw is certainly.
Of course.
How many Super Bowls did Terry Bradshaw win?
Did he have 4?
Yeah. How many MVPs did Terry Bradshaw win?
I'm going to say 4.
Okay. My point is, at the end of the day, and Lamar and Patrick Mahomes are going to battle. One of them is going to move on, and still going to be one step away from claiming another Super Bowl. You're way off on one, and you're dead on the other in your answers. Okay. Brady has 7 Super Bowls, only won 3 MVPs. Peyton Manning has 2 Super Bowls. He has 5 MVPs.
Dang.
Terry Bradshaw has 4 Super Bowls. He has 0 MVPs. Never won an MVP. My point is, these quarterbacks ain't going to be remembered. How many Super Bowls Brett Favre win? 2.
2. Okay.
How many MVPs did he win?
I want to say 2.
Yeah, right. You don't know.
Right.
It's a guess. You know how many Super Bowls he won. You ain't guessing.
Uh-huh.
How many Super Bowls Kurt Warner win?
1.
He won 1.
2.
1.
He didn't win with the Rams.
Well, but was he a backup maybe on one of those Giants teams? I don't think so. I think he had gone on already.
But he definitely won with the car.
Yeah, how many MVPs did he win? I mean, you're going to guess.
He won 1.
Yeah, he won 2. See?
Mm-mm.
You remember the lesser number because it's the only one at the end of the day that will matter. Joe Montana won 3 or 4 Super Bowls. How many MVPs did he win?
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a lot of guys, there's a lot of quarterbacks in particular. I'm sorry, Terry Bradshaw did win 1 MVP. I shorted him 1. My bad. But 4 Super Bowls. You remember the Super Bowls. How many Super Bowls Troy Aikman win?
3 of them.
Yeah. How many MVPs did Troy Aikman win?
I want to say 3. But
yeah. That'd be 0. Troy Aikman's walking around the Hall of Fame, never recognized as the best player in the league in any individual year, but he got those 3 Super Bowls.
Mm-hmm.
Man, those quarterbacks win the award. They just won't give it to anybody else. Went through a little stretch, man. 91, Thurman Thomas got one. 93, Emmitt Smith got one. 97, Barry Sanders split one. 98, Terrell Davis. 2000, Marshall Faulk.
Other than that, quarterback.
And, well, then you get Sean A. in 05, LaDainian Tomlinson in 06. It's been quarterback every year but one since then, and that was the year that Adrian Peterson ran for 2 Bills. How many Super Bowls Aaron Rodgers have?
1.
Yeah. How many MVPs he have?
Like 3?
Yeah, 4.
4.
If he had 4 Super Bowls, you wouldn't tell me 3.
Right.
So just something to keep in mind is these two dudes. It's great that it's a matchup of, I would say, potentially 2 multiple MVP winners. The reason that Patrick Mahomes is considered to be ahead of a guy who's won the MVP just as many times as he has since he's been in the league. Let's not forget that. These guys are contemporaries. They're a year apart in the draft. And Lamar came after Mahomes, no? Mahomes in the 2017 draft, and Lamar, I believe, 2018 draft. And in their time in the league, consider this. Lamar about to win his second MVP in a conference that had Brady for the first 3 or 4 years. It's had Mahomes, Burrow, the rest. But whatever happens this Saturday, and what could be just an awesome matchup, man. What a game. What a game, man. I don't get that same feeling for Lions-Niners. It might be. I don't feel like the Chiefs-Ravens is getting away from either team.
Nope.
So that means that we get to sit in, buckle up, and see who makes the plays at the end. Chiefs have a way of doing it, man.
Every time.
Chiefs have a way of doing it. These are 2 unbelievable defenses. The Ravens' defense is number 1 in almost everything, dude. Sacks among them. The pressure they get on. Can the Chiefs run the ball? I believe the Ravens are number 1 rush defense. I mean, what a heavyweight matchup this is. And when we crown champions at the end of careers, what you're going to remember between these two, soon to be multiple MVP winners, you're going to remember the Super Bowls they won. You're not going to remember how many MVPs they had. We can go back to Bart Starr. We can go back as far as you want. I can ask you quarterbacks, and I think you're going to be able to tell me how many Super Bowls they won without missing. I mean, I can go down the line of the great, I can say Ken Stabler. You're going to say 1. I just countless names through the years. And you may not even know all of those, like Roger Staubach. I don't know, 2 or 3 MVPs? No idea. No idea. None. Zip. Steve Young got a Super Bowl, got 1, finally got his 1 MVP. I don't know, 2, 3, 0, 4. Got the Super Bowl, though. He didn't win the MVP. He said, I'm glad that monkey's off my back. Nope, he won the Super Bowl when he said that.
Yep.
Literally in the locker room after the game. What a game coming up, though. What a fun one that is. And every team in the league, especially those with quarterback issues, can look on in disgust. Those guys were there for the taking. Every team in the league passed on Lamar. Every slap one of them. About to win his second MVP. With Patrick Mahomes in his prime. He's about to match him when it comes to regular season success. Meanwhile, Mahomes can arguably start chasing GOAT status, E. He's a young man. What if he gets a 3rd this year? What if he gets another one, man? 2 steps away from doing it. I mean, the kind of legacy to be cemented. And on the other side, Lamar, if he wins the MVP and the Super Bowl in the same year, it don't happen all the time. The cementing that's going to do as well. Fascinating matchup. What an awesome one. One of the reasons we love football so much. We're getting to the point on the schedule, sports-wise, on the calendar, I guess I should say, where I start to feel a little guilty, E.
What happened?
I feel a little guilty. But I'm going to also offer you guys right now some great solace. Okay? I love and look forward to my Atlanta Braves with the same passion every slap one of you diehard Duval till you die, Bold City Brigade and Jag fan out there. So for me to compare it to football, it's about August. We have training camp going here soon. In baseball vernacular, that's pitchers and catchers report. And so I can turn with just incredible interest and passion and can't wait to the baseball season. I know a lot of y'all out there ain't got that. Right? So it's a longer drought. You take interest, side interest, like I do in a lot of other stuff, outside of NFL or local college interests. And then for me, the Braves. So I got that coming. So I feel a little guilty, man, because I'm going to refill my passion meter. I'm looking forward to the next 4 or 5 months while the Jags are mostly quiet. Now, here's where the solace comes. Safe to say the season ended with great disappointment for the Jags?
Yes.
Don't you feel like if I ask you right now, or even more if I'd ask people a week or two, are you really looking forward to next season?
Yes.
Yeah. But are you going to have the same optimism?
No.
Well, the Braves season petered out last year. They had a great year. I mean, success is measured differently in the sports. And the Braves, quite frankly, are to a point where a first-round playoff loss after a dominant year is no different than not making the playoffs, quite frankly. Yeah, it is for your history, but as far as how you feel, the fulfillment you feel. So, and the Braves made me miserable again, losing to the hated Phillies for the second year in a row. Felt disgusting. I couldn't get away from baseball fast enough or far enough. Felt no optimism about the season coming up. But you get a nice little cleanse. As sports fans, we cleanse in the disappointments of our other teams. Yeah, the Braves Nation felt like crud when the season ended there in, mid to late October. But guess what? If you were a Gator fan, it got worse. If you were a Jag fan, it got worse. Cleansed by disappointment. I'm really looking forward to the baseball season. A little sharing. A little sharing is caring around here. Football Fix with some NFL news and notes. Another of the head jobs, it looks like, is closed. But what's the holdup on like Belichick and Harbaugh, the Falcons in particular? Football Fix next on a Catlin Truck Accessories Tuesday.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
This is Brent Musburger's Visa in Action update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Florida State Seminoles, a 4-point underdog at Syracuse at the JMA Wireless Dome today, where the Orange have won 10 consecutive games. The total 150.5. The NHL, the Tampa Bay Lightning, winners of 7 straight against the Flyers at Wells Fargo Center. A slight underdog at -108 at Philadelphia. Flyers -112, 6.5 under the total. The NFL AFC Championship game Saturday, Baltimore laying 3 against Kansas City, while the Lions are a 7-point dog at San Francisco in the NFC Championship game at Levi Stadium. 4 free chicken breasts and 4 free pork chops with your order right now at omahasteaks.com/VSIN. Mike Sennett, 1010XL.
My friend named Chuck is a do-it-yourself nut. He tried to change his own toilet to save a buck, but he wasn't having much luck. The toilet wobbled and rocked and looked half-cocked. So Chuck pulled the toilet and tried it again, and that's when his wife walked in. Looking at the scene, she could clearly see a plumber Chuck was not meant to be. So she dialed 904-862-6769 to bring her and Chuck peace of mind. If you ever get stuck like Chuck, having no luck, call the Duck. Duck Rooter Plumbing and Septic Services. 904-862-6769.
Yo! Gear up, sports fans. E to the T here, and the NFL playoffs are here with the Super Bowl just around the corner. There's never been a better time to get in on the action with MyBookie. Don't just watch. Score big with exclusive boosted odds and huge prize contests that'll have you feeling the Super Bowl fever right before it hits.
Whether you're a seasoned pro or ready to roll for the first time, MyBookie is your ticket to turning your sports knowledge into cold, hard, straight cash, homie. MyBookie has the largest online lineup of odds, contests, and Vegas-style casino games, making it your ultimate destination for all types of fun, 24/7. If you've been waiting for the right time to get on the action, well, that time is now, my boy. Make your winning move today using MyBookie. Use promo code 1010XL to claim your deposit up to $1,000. That's right, 1010XL for an opportunity to boost your betting power. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. Come on, somebody.
Cadillac on Southside Boulevard has the prices you've been waiting for on a new Cadillac.
We've got the all-electric 2024 Cadillac Lyric SUV.
And we're taking $7,500 off at signing.
And this is not a tax credit.
Everyone qualifies at signing on the 2024 Cadillac Lyric SUV.
We've got 13 in stock with 12 on the way.
Randy Marion is the place to go to find your dream Cadillac today.
Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville, plus tax tag title $899 and fee and resistol.
Tell them Jennifer sent ya.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Dempsey for Awaken 180 Weight Loss. When researching any product or service, we want to know what other customers had to say about it. Were they happy? Did they receive the results promised? What if that company had a customer satisfaction score of 98%? I don't know about you, but for me, I'm in. Let's say you're searching weight loss programs. I'm sure you'd be satisfied with a company that had a 75 or 80% success ratio because, well, it's weight loss. Anything higher than 80% would be a shocker. Well, Awaken 180 clients give them a score of 98%. And we're not talking about 10 or 20 people. Awaken 180 has helped me and over 21,000 other clients achieve what no other diet, workout plan, or injection has been able to do before. 9 years, 21,000 clients, and over 700,000 pounds lost with the solution for weight loss. Do what Matt Hayes and I did. Succeed with Awaken 180 Weight Loss. 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800, or reserve your consultation at awaken180weightloss.com.
Okay, for this Cannons of Jacksonville commercial, we need an idea to really come out with a bang.
Like having a guy shot out of a cannon.
Nah, too messy. In fact, Cannons is known for all your towing needs.
So like my car won't start.
No. Towing products. Cannons does custom welding fabrication and installation of trailer hitches, goosenecks, tow bars, truck racks.
So you might say Cannons is my best shot at finding that inventory in stock?
Boom. You said it.
Visit cannonsofjax.com.
Me? Emotional during a Jags game? Yeah, sounds about right. I'm E.T. Listen to my instant reactions powered by Brackish Vodka on all 1010XL social media channels.
Hey folks, Hicken here. Now that your kids and grandkids have gone home and the decorations are coming down, I bet you can see it's time to get those carpets and sofas clean. I'm telling you, give Zero Res a try if you haven't already. They clean the carpets, the sofa, the chairs, the area rugs, and even the tile and grout. Google them. More than 5,000 five-star customer reviews. And right now, 20% off carpet cleanings, 20% off upholstery. Zero Res. You spell it forward, you spell it backwards. Zero Res is the right way to clean it.
Zero Res.
Mike Dempsey for Tire Outlet. Are you looking for the best deal on your next set of tires? Tire Outlet never falls flat. We offer the best selection, best quality, and best prices on tires so that you can find the right ones for your vehicle. With over 40 years of experience, 15 locations across Florida, and a legendary price match guarantee, you can trust that your vehicle is in great hands. Our skilled technicians are ready to maintain and repair your vehicle to keep it operating its best. Tire Outlet. Wholesale prices, premium service.
Tire Outlet.
Some of those old injuries, they begin to creep up and things begin to start hurting again. I finally got to the point where I'm like, I can't just wake up and know my knee's going to be bothering me and push through this on a daily basis.
Old football injuries can't keep former college and pro football player Bobby Carpenter down. So he decided to check out the all-natural regenerative pain treatments at QC Kinetics.
I was fortunate enough to obviously sit down with QC and kind of understand your body still has the ability to heal in it. We just need to give it a little bit of a boost.
Exactly. QC Kinetics concentrates your body's own healing agents in your painful hips, shoulders, knees, or back.
Everyone can say, well, you need to replace this or replace that, but it's no surprise to see people being willing to try this first, especially when it has such great results.
QC Kinetics treatments take place the same day right in the office. No downtime. Call today for your complimentary consultation and see if you're a good candidate.
Call QC Kinetics, 904-274-5522. That's 904-274-5522. 904-274-5522.
Let's fire up the flavor and ignite those appetites. Let's slow down and smell the barbecue. because all your favorites are smoked for hours and ready for eating when you are. From our famous ribs to slow smoked pork. Enjoy some perfection by the plateful, safely in our dining room or in the comfort of your home. With curbside pickup, drive-through, and delivery. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmasters since '68.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, it's time for Football Fix. We'll start Coach, or statement via Coach. The Football Fix is brought to you by Allstate agent Mandy Bowers in Mandarin and now Orange Park. Mandy's dream team has got two fronts out there for you, whichever is the easiest or most convenient. There's nothing convenient about something going wrong, and that's when you find out what your insurance agent, and in this case, agency and dream team, are all about. And trust me, you'll always be satisfied with Allstate agent Mandy Bowers, Mandarin, Orange Park. Contact either of her two offices today. All right, here's what Doug Peterson says about his new defensive coordinator, Ryan Nielsen. We're excited to welcome Ryan, have him lead our defense. Outstanding football coach. His defense with the Falcons and Saints, where, by the way, I will add, Nielsen spent 4 or 5 years in high levels, not coordinating, but high levels of their defense. And Saints were always fundamentally sound in both physicality and concepts. He has a rare ability to both teach and connect with his players, builds lasting two-way relationships predicated on trust, accountability, first from himself, then the players. What I've admired most about Ryan's defenses, and we saw this in London back in October, was their shared intensity and enthusiasm to get the job done, impact the game. Nielsen's only been a coordinator in the NFL level for 1 year. It was last year in Atlanta. I mentioned New Orleans. He was defensive line coach, ultimately head coach or high level, whatever, top assistant. Last year, the Falcons' points per game were about the exact same as the Jaguars. We'll see how he likes the talent that he has here to work with. Playoffs on the schedule this weekend, and then there were 4. They're still picking up the pieces in Buffalo, trying to figure out what went wrong. I saw this concerning text. All right, this speaks to my disgust. I wouldn't be disgusted with Stephon Diggs if I didn't see him act the fool so many other times, right? Either when things are going good or regular season when it doesn't matter. If you're going to be that guy, when the money's on the line, you best make the play. You best make the play. If you're going to scream and claw and throw this guy under the bus and demand this and hide sideline histrionics, when the game is on the line, you best go up and make the play. And Diggs, despite his diva role with Buffalo, failed not just Sunday but down the stretch. You ready for this little nugget? In the last 10 Bills games, Stephon Diggs was targeted 80 times for 422 yards. In those same 10 games, you ever heard of a guy named Khalil Shakir? Do you know who he plays for?
The Bills.
Yeah, Khalil Shakir in those same 10 games. Told you, Diggs, 80 targets. Shakir, 37 targets. 462 yards. 40 yards more than Diggs on less than half the targets. Not promoting Shakir as some game breaker. I'm promoting Stephon Diggs as, hey, squeaky wheel, there's the grease. Maybe don't spill it all. Deebo Samuel does not have a fracture in his shoulder, but his status certainly is up in the air. Can Detroit go on the road and beat San Francisco? Well, is our trust in San Francisco too great?
Yeah.
They've been a little more wobbly than like we have this memory of what they came in here and did to us. Well, we saw what we really were. The Niners have other good wins. They whacked Philly, but we see what Philly really was. Baltimore went out to San Francisco relatively late.
And whacked them.
Yeah, beat them like a drum. The Niners sat guys, but ultimately lost to the Rams, right, in the season ender? If not, it was super close. And that playoff win, quite frankly, it felt like they were lucky to escape. We shall see. Wow, this is a rapid rise. Remember Dan Morgan? Sure you do. The former Canes linebacker. So important where the Panthers as a player. Well, if you haven't paid attention, he got into the front office side of things. And he is now the president of football ops and the GM of the Carolina Panthers.
Shout out.
He was the assistant GM under a guy who failed miserably, Scott Fitterer, 2-15 this year. Morgan, 7 seasons as a linebacker for the Panthers, a first rounder out of the U back in the day. Now GM of the Panthers. It looks like the Titans are going to go with Bengals OC Brian Callahan as their next head coach. And immediately rumors are starting to swirl about who could be a target for the Bengals offensive coordinator job. Who's the Bengals head coach?
Zach Taylor.
Who's his brother?
Presley.
Well, last year they denied even the interest of the Baltimore Ravens, and I'm not saying there's anything to this at all. Do not get excited. Looks like the Lions are going to add Zach Ertz to the playoff roster. Their backup tight end, who made one play in the game the other night, ended up getting hurt. The Chargers are going to have a second meeting with Jim Harbaugh. And it makes you wonder when are we going to plug in on either Belichick or Harbaugh? Making the rounds. I think both have talked with Atlanta twice now, too. That's Football Fix. You're welcome. Brought to you by Allstate agent Mandy Bowers. Hicken Arrival, more come your way next. Catlin Truck Accessories Tuesday.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
It's very special because if you can see, the numbers all go to 11. Look, right across the board. 11, 11,
and most of
11, and then
amps go up to
1010XL.
Exactly. It's one louder, isn't it?
At Hodges Mazda, we are proud of our solid reputation in the Jacksonville community. Lauren Brooks here. As your hometown Mazda dealer, our high customer service standards and our huge inventory of new and used cars provide our customers a consistently first-rate car buying experience. Our professional, non-commissioned sales team puts your best interest first without exception. And every vehicle purchased from Hodges Mazda comes with 2 years free maintenance. Visit Hodges Mazda today or shop online at HodgesMazda.com and discover the Hodges Mazda difference.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry, this free examination, normally $199, is yours for free and good only through Sunday. For your free examination, call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Call now.
It's one of life's most important decisions. If you're 18 years or older, you just got married, you just got divorced. If you have kids, you likely want to take care of your family. Of course you do. Hicken here for Matt Hinson in the Hinson Law Firm. I'm not the attorney, Matty is. But have you done your last will? It's not the most exciting, not the most fun thing to do. Nothing you really want to think about, but it's something you need to do because you decide where your assets go. Planning also helps minimize income, gift, and estate taxes as well. Matt Hinson's going to listen. He's going to help you with some tough decisions. He's going to provide you info needed so you're at ease with your choice. The Hinson Law Firm. You got questions? Matty's got the answers. 904-527-1700. That's 904-527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
Bush Loaded, the greatest hits tour. August 29th, Daly's Place. With special guests, Jerry Cantrell and Candlebox. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Push Loaded, the greatest hits tour. A great night of incredible rock.
Upgrade your home with a winning combination of style and performance with custom windows and patio doors. For a limited time, get 20% off replacement windows and 23% off patio doors. Plus, no money down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. This offer expires January 31st and restrictions apply. Renewal by Anderson, proud to be the official window and door replacement partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit rbafla.com.
License number CGC 1527613.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Your home value is way up, and you can use that money right now. Pay off credit cards, remodel your house, both, whatever you want. Prosser here for Loan Pronto. Loan Pronto can convert that home equity into cash in as little as 2 weeks with no cost to you and zero hassle. Mike and Joan in Ponte Vedra called Loan Pronto. They did a Loan Pronto zero-cost cash-out refi. They got a check for $100,000, used $50 to pay off all their credit cards and a car loan, and used the other $50 to upgrade their master bath and kitchen. They locked in new APR in the 2s and lowered their total monthly bills by hundreds of dollars. Hello? What are you waiting on? Call Loan Pronto now. Convert your home value into cash and put that money to good use. Do it now, and you can even skip your next 2 house payments. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. That's 904-999-1508. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval. Not all loans apply.
Toilet or shower not draining? Water bill high? So many issues you want to cry? Call Mr. Rooter of Jacksonville. Have your number 2 business serviced by your number 1 plumber. Let us do your dirty work. Call us today.
Mr. Rooter.
When you step into a courtroom, you're stepping into a fight. Someone wins, someone loses. I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and at Hastings Injury Law, we've got the experience you want in your corner if you or a loved one suffer a personal injury or a wrongful death. We're here to fight for you. So if you get hit, hit back with Hastings Injury Law, offices Jacksonville. Find us on the web at 904hitback.com or call our 24-hour helpline, 904-HITBACK.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
Come buy a boat at the Jacksonville Boat Show, January 26th, 27th, and 28th at the Prime Osborne Convention Center. See the latest models, browse accessories, and much more. Presented by ViStar Credit Union. Tickets at boatjacks.com. Buy a boat.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Windows Gang Jacksonville. According to ESPN's Adam Schefter, the Jaguars will hire former Atlanta Falcons defensive coordinator Ryan Nielsen to lead the team's defense. While with the Falcons, Nielsen improved the Atlanta defense from 23rd to 18th in points allowed. FSU defensive lineman Braden Fiss, while looking to the NFL draft, took the time to give head coach Mike Norvell a ringing endorsement.
I mean, I couldn't be more thankful to have chosen this place and to play for Coach Norvell. He really puts everything he has into this program, and I mean, that man literally does everything he can to, put this program in a position to be successful.
On Sunday, 20-year-old Nick Dunlap won the American Express tournament. Despite winning the event, Dunlap's status as an amateur golfer prevents him from taking home the $1.5 million prize money from the PGA sanctioned event. At your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, I'm Sam Nelson.
At 7:04, it's 56 degrees. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
DA got that dope.
You know it! Yes, sir! Man! show is in honor of the new Bob Marley movie. We've selected this tune.
Is that out yet?
It's coming out.
Does that go straight to stream or?
I don't think so. I don't know. I just saw a preview for it the other day. I said, Bob Marley movie, man. I heard the steel drums, and I said, it must be Marley time. No, am I wrong?
It makes sense, but no.
Is this Bone Crusher?
No, this Yak. This Kodak.
Oh, this is Kodak Black?
This Kodak Black.
He's a crazy dude.
Yeah,
man.
he is.
He's been to jail a few times.
Why? You could tell by his face?
Well, and also I once eavesdropped on one of the great conversations of my lifetime.
You did?
Yes.
Where?
It was after Florida, Georgia.
Okay.
The boys were headed to the bus, meeting with their family members and such. Kodak Black and Kadarius Toney were talking. Now that would be a podcast.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I'm not joking.
No, I
can only imagine that conversation.
I did. I heard it. I eavesdropped for a good 30 seconds.
I can only imagine that conversation.
Oof. What is it? Is it NSF? What is that? NSFW?
W, not safe for work.
Yeah.
NSFW.
Yeah. Not safe for ears is what that one was. Oh, yeah. Them were the days, boys.
Yeah.
Them were the days. I enjoy it. It's good to be here. Jags got a defensive coordinator. I don't know much about him. Ryan Nielsen, I look at the numbers. There's one thing that sticks out that worries me, and that's he plays a lot of man-to-man.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, but he doubled the Falcons' sack total. That was a good
Saw
thing.
that, like 21 to 42.
Yeah. Now, I'm sure the players had something to do with it, though. I don't know who they brought in.
Well, they don't have their person. Well, name me a Falcons defender. Name me a pass rusher on Atlanta.
That former first-round pick from Clemson had a big
Grady
year,
Jarrett.
I think. No.
Right? No.
He was a first-round pick. Edge rusher.
Who?
It was a
I
joke
think you're
from
Beasley you're talking about.
Beasley.
Vic Beasley.
Vic Beasley.
Yeah, not.
No, he's not on the team anymore.
Yeah, not Beasley.
So
the league in sacks one year were like 17.
I mean, and he had like 19 pressures. That was
crazy. Calais had 6.5. Bud Dupree had 6.5. And that was their leaders. So they got a mishmash of they got 4 from Caden Ellis. They got 4
Grady
from
Jarrett only had 1.5.
Onyemata. They got 3 from Richie Grant, a safety. They got 2 from a linebacker. They got 3 and 3 from Lorenzo Carter and Zach Harrison. They got 6 from Arnold Ebiketai.
Sure, you bet.
So all added up to 42. So that's a positive thing. I read something he gets guys to, finds their best positions available. So that's a good thing. But
Calais Campbell led the Falcons in sacks.
Yeah.
Wow.
On a pretty good defense.
Should have kept him, too. Should have signed him. Should have said, oh, no, Calais, you won't be a role player here. You'll probably start. We're not very good.
Yeah.
That was that was a misfire here. Yeah. Another one,
just
but
one
whatever.
Of the many.
My point is, I don't think this defense is made to play a lot of man, but if that's again, I defer to him. He knows more than I know.
I do think this. I think it'll be a big year for Tyson Campbell. I doubt he forgot how to be a good corner. I really think the injuries all year long. He tried to play through them. He was just never right. He took a bullet of perception, but I still think just ball skill wise, there's potential there. But yeah, I tell you, I think fans will like this. His persona.
Yeah,
he's that youngish, aggressive, emotional.
Yeah.
Fans like to see that, right? They like to see
Usually
that fire.
The key coordinators
he's
like
fiery.
that, yeah.
He's fiery, and he's arrow pointing up, and he has been a defensive coordinator, unlike Mike Caldwell, who hadn't.
Mm-hmm.
I went back and looked, Dan, at the end of the day, almost every defensive coordinator the Jaguars have hired, he's taken over a bad defense, and he's left a bad defense.
Yeah.
A couple of them have flared in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm especially talking about since Dom Capers left. Those first ones were pretty consistent. But since then, they'll come in, they'll take over a defense that's 20th and 28th, and they'll leave with a defense that's 22nd and 26th or 19th and 30th. It's
I want to know how Ryan Nielsen played defensive tackle at USC.
As D-line coach, he must have lost a bunch of weight as hell.
97 to 01. I mean, I just
is
he Don Davey? I mean, who is he? Remember Don Davey?
Sure.
Our buddy Don Davey?
Of course.
Got all skinny.
Yeah. I mean,
Triathlete.
Yeah, he's definitely thinned up. He must be tall. I mean, that's all. But by looking at this frame, I mean, he must have lost, 50 pounds maybe. Maybe he went from 270 or 280 to 230.
Looking at a picture of him here at USC.
Do we have it?
He's kind of thick.
I wonder what his current.
I guess maybe he's a big dude who just thinned up a little.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if you saw Pacelli today, you'd say that guy played tackle.
Good point.
When's the last time you saw Pacelli in person?
During the season.
Yeah, he'd already lost a bunch. By
he
then.
did.
But he's like really trimmed up,
like a strong safety type.
6'5".
Yeah, there you go. That's why he looks.
That's why he is.
There you go, for sure.
Yeah,
I have a Dailies double take that'll kind of tie in some history when it comes to hoops.
All right.
But I was fascinated by different reactions from two NBA cities last night, okay?
Yeah.
The first is this. The Dailies double take brought to you by The Dash. Hey, man, stop in and get a double take of those fresh, delicious biscuits this morning. And the coffee, locally sourced, always ground fresh, day of. Enjoy that as well. And then you know about The Dash, whether it's the Boss, the Duval, the BLT, the Cuban. We love them all, and they are there for your taking. So
the Boss.
Yeah, stop by and see our friends at The Dash. Yesterday was the anniversary of Kobe Bryant's 81-point game. And I didn't even recognize that or realize it. I wonder if it was in the minds of a couple of superstars who set franchise records last night. Joel Embiid had 70 for the Sixers, and he was feted as the hero that he is. Listen, if you set the franchise scoring record in Philadelphia for the Sixers, you've done something.
Kind of a trick question because Wilt had his 100, but it wasn't with the Sixers. It was with the Philadelphia Warriors who ultimately moved out.
And it's even more of a trick question because the iconic photo, it's PHI.
Right.
Or
so you're
LA,
like, wait a minute,
right.
that can't be right.
But
and
no.
I had to think about it for a second.
I did too.
I go, okay, well,
yeah,
that's right. He played for the Warriors.
For just a second, it clicked on me.
I was also surprised, though, that no one else has ever scored 70 for the Sixers.
Yeah,
even.
that's a lot of points.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Dr. J, or there's
Patterson.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of those boys would have had that.
Well, he had 70 last night, and again, it was just a kind of a coronation of what Embiid has become, and so the organization, his teammates, they're all just having a big party that he scored 70. Meanwhile, Karl Anthony Towns sets the T-Wolves scoring record. He had 62 last night, and the coach just ripped the hell out of all of them.
Yeah, he did.
Because he got kind of selfish and themed toward getting Karl Anthony Towns points. Meanwhile, the team blew an 18-point lead, and they lost to the Hornets.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
And my son tells me, he goes, Dad, Karl Anthony Towns has 41, and there's like 6 minutes to go in the second. I go, what? He goes, yeah, he's got 41 points already. I go, oh, man. So I got back to work last night. I was working, and I kind of watched it. I was keeping an eye on it, and I looked down, and he had 53, and I was like, okay, let's go. And then he's just slowed down, I guess. But he got fouled at the end of the game. Did you see it?
No.
Oh, my God, dude. I would be like furious.
He definitely got fouled.
Oh, my gosh. He got hacked.
Yeah, I saw it. He went into about 4 guys.
Oh, he got hacked. The guy came down right on him.
But it was like 3 or 4 defenders went up with him. That play? Yeah, I did see that.
And they don't call anything, and that's ball game, and they lose. But, you can't. Ooh, frustrating. But anyway, they did not. They kind of, as the coach alluded to, they kind of stood around and watched, and that's what got him so mad. I need to call my school that I love so much, my alma mater, and talk to them boys.
What are you talking about?
They are some kind of tone deaf over there, bro.
The University of Florida?
Oh, good gracious. They don't think.
On which sport, which subject matter?
Social media.
Okay.
Sean Kelly is the voice of the Gators.
Sure.
Right now.
Mm-hmm.
He does a something somewhere, a Gator Tales Sean Kelly podcast.
Okay.
All right. And he puts this out on Twitter. Dude, I mean, come on. Think.
Oh, boy.
Do you guys not go out? Does everybody just come up to you and say, hey, I love you? I mean, what are we doing? Sean Kelly says, hey, we're going to start a new segment on Gator Tales with Sean Kelly podcast. Ask the AD begins this week. Send me your questions for Scotty Strickland. We'll pick one for each episode. Of course, me being curious like Whiskers.
Are they public,
went to the replies.
Questions?
Sure. You don't even know what you just did, Sean. You're not reading the room, Sean. Ask him when he's going to pack his bags. Oh, bless your soul. Ask him why he hired 2 abusive coaches and then tried to cover it up. Ask him why he thinks his job is safe. Ask him why his winning percentage as an AD is 25% lower than Foley's. Scott, did you turn us into Mississippi State on accident or on purpose? Ask him where's Jaden Rashada's money.
These all sound like fair questions to me. Yeah, I'm in line with those questions.
Why is aggressive fundraising a good strategy for funding the stadium renovations but not for the NIL? Why is 11-14 over 2 years acceptable? Oh, I'm sure this is going to go well. Please ask Scott if he'd like to relocate to Tucson. It's a great city with a lot of charm and great food. I mean, I just go on and on.
Yeah, for sure, and they're all
what
fair.
Are you guys,
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
We're not going to ask the AD. Not a good idea.
Not a good idea.
Yeah, unless you're asking him to get his stuff and leave, because he's
Yeah.
done a terrible job as the athletic director. Their times have changed. I keep hoping that the new president has come in. Is it Sass? Is that how you say it?
Sass.
So I'm keep hoping that the new president comes in and he, like good leaders, takes a year, get the lay of the land, the feel of what he's got,
Sass.
the strengths and weaknesses of all that encompasses the presidentship.
Yeah.
And makes a move there and realizes, man, I got this cowbell clown running my athletics program. Shoot, I remember when Florida was a big boy because Sass looks like he's what, 50s, our age?
Sass.
Late 50s? So,
It's better than the old president's name.
Yeah. I'm not going to say it. Sounds like you're dropping the F-bomb every time you say it. And you're always like, you never know quite how to say it. Is it Fuchs?
Yeah. Sass.
Is it Futch? What is it?
I'm just grateful for Sass because
We
of
got
that.
sass, man. Sweet sassy molasses.
Show some sass, bro.
Let's get some stuff done.
But anyway, yeah, listen, here's the deal, guys. If you got a question about what's going on out in the public, give us a call. We'll fill you in. Hey, guys, that's not a good idea. Not right now.
The only thing worse
Unless you want that type of question.
Well, the only thing worse would be
Scott, question for you. What about Tucson? Do you like Tucson?
I think they're implying here, Scott, they want you to leave.
Scott, what does this mean?
Coming up next week on the podcast, watch as Scott wrestles a bear. Dewey's coming to town.
Hey, thanks, Dick
Ripping the
Pepperfield. Great to be here. I just want you to know on the next podcast, I, Scott Strickland, am going to wrestle a bear.
It's Pepper, actually. Yeah. The only thing worse would be if they were just doing a live phone-in and he joined them in studio.
Oh, jeez.
Then it'd be one of these things you see
Go
on
to the phone lines right now.
Like the guy that...
Scott, do you need help packing your bags?
I'll give you guys a good one out there. This is a good one along those lines you can go. But our guy, the Bit Man, who's just bounced all around. He bounced through the Rust Belt like a champion at one point. I mean, he was going from Johnstown to Allentown to Scranton to
They figure him
Cleveland.
out. And he moves on.
The point is, when he worked in Cleveland, he worked with this dude, Jeff Galletti.
Mm-hmm.
And so Galletti used to host this call-in show, kind of like we did on Sports Final back in the day, but our guy, we kept it clean and fun.
Yeah.
Well, it got in Galletti. It was just a raging temper tantrum type dude.
Yeah.
And then so they would start pranking him. They would call into his show, whatever the show was, Timeout with Galletti or Overtime with Jeff Galletti. And they would, and the guy, he's gotten in trouble with the strong drink, Dan. I mean, it's nothing to joke about, but he may have had 3 or 4 or 5 DUIs while he was an on-air character. So they would just ruthlessly go at him. This was before social media where you literally had to, pick up the phone and say it. But if you YouTube that, yeah, there's a lot of good, terrifically cringy stuff that you will chuckle at.
Oh, okay.
Oh, by the way, I've done something that I think will make you happy.
I love being happy.
Because I've noticed
Put some money in my account?
Yeah. Other than that, I've noticed some sideways glances, even some looks of disapproval from my guy lately.
Yeah.
Even to the point that when we got together for a lovely dinner, I thought we had a wonderful time with the missus.
Yes.
They get to take the opportunity. It's really, I mean, we spend all this time together. The women get together and talk about all various flaws and mistakes, all the shortcomings that we have, all true and verifiable.
Plus the families.
Yeah, the families, right. They go through, how they've, wonderfully done everything to make everything as perfect as it is.
Correct.
Right, which is also true. But at one point, in the middle of this gala,
yes,
Hicken looks at me.
Yeah.
And he says, "Man, you never did get that haircut, huh?"
No, I didn't even say I didn't say it like that.
It was
I said, "Dude, you need a haircut." And you said, "I still haven't gotten it." And I go, "Oh my God."
Yeah. So
it was like free flowing, like.
So there you go.
Oh, finally.
My dog got that trim.
Man, it's about time.
Dog got tightened up.
I barely get any hat head. I don't even care.
Right, you could just whip that thing off.
That thing was a mess.
Oh, it's just beautiful now. I waited. I couldn't believe it when you know how they can see the last time you got your hair cut.
Yes.
I couldn't believe how long it had been.
Oh yeah.
I knew it had been a while.
Yeah.
Here's what happens with hair. If you, I don't know what levels we're stooping to right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like me and Hick in particular, we both wear it short like at this time.
Uh-huh.
Hair's fine, short. Okay, and then as it grows, it gets to a middle area where it ain't going to do anything. You have to get it cut short again.
Right.
So that sends you to the barber.
Right,
That middle, once you get to that 3 weeks, month in, and just now you can't. If you forge through that and get to the little bit longer period, well, now you can again do something with it.
Style it.
Right, well, not even style, but I can get it, to do something. But that just got to the point it was ridiculous. So my point is this.
Yes.
And I typically get a haircut 3 weeks a month. Is that about what you do?
Probably.
Yeah, month.
Every
Maybe
Thursday.
6 weeks at the most. Every Thursday for you.
Yeah.
September. Last time I got a haircut.
2023.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, right? It's like 5 months, man. No wonder I look like a
Your hair doesn't
freak.
grow very much, though.
Right.
Yeah, well, this is really short.
Yeah, but if I went 5 months,
I don't know if
dude,
it'd be getting like my hair was
trust
longer
me,
than you
I
think.
did it during COVID. It was a mane.
Yeah, no, I hear you, but it'll slow. I don't know, man. There's a lot more there just because
It was bushy.
whispery and thinner.
Yeah. All right, we got a big show today. I'm excited, man. We've got Brunch with the Tour. We've got the Lockett Law High School report. And we got this cat coming in who won his Survivor pool. He's coming in at 9.
That
to
we
tell us
talked
this-
about a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, so he's going to cruise by here and answer some tough questions. Jacksonville's newest millionaire, I guess. That's what he is. So
Well, terrific. Maybe you're often looking for some extra cash. Maybe he can slip you some.
Hopefully he bring breakfast.
I think
Well,
that's
Brunch with
falling
the
to
Tour will do
Brunch
that.
with the Tour.
Oh yeah.
So you'll get it
I
there.
think
I want breakfast with a millionaire though.
No. The millionaire doesn't need to bring breakfast. The millionaire needs to come tell his story. Think
Listen,
about the millionaire. I mean, the
we
millionaire.
love a good degenerate story.
The last thing the millionaire wants is for people to, he's
we
going to
should
get
even
it everywhere.
Can we garble his voice? Oh, he told you everything.
distorted.
Like this.
I'm almost hesitant to say his name right now unless he doesn't care. So
I just decided to enter this contest.
I'm really rich. Really rich. I got a lot of money.
all right, so we're cranking it up here on a Super Tuesday. Rock the vote today as we decide who the next president of the United States will be.
There is no voting today.
This is the drill.
Now, Downtime with Dan, brought to you by Ameris Bank. Whether you need help with business, personal, or mortgage banking, we're with you. Ameris Bank is an equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
I mean, in the end, I guess you don't know, and I can apply that to the Jags hiring of the defensive coordinator. You can get excited about some of the things, but I also look up to Nashville, Tennessee, where I don't know. I think Mike Vrabel is a really good coach, and he's gone, and he's been replaced by Brian Callahan, who I know nothing about. And I think what made Brian Callahan a good coach is the fact that Joe Burrow was tossing the ball around for him. So that makes your job easier as an OC, I suspect, but we'll see what Brian Callahan will be able to do. Vrabel led Tennessee to 4 consecutive winning seasons after arriving in 2018. Do you think Callahan's going to do that? I don't know. Callahan and Levis doesn't scare me nearly as much as Titans past.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Are you looking to make a move? Whether you're buying your first home or your forever home, at Ameris Bank, we'll help you get the keys in your hand. Our local mortgage bankers will guide you through the process, from choosing the right loan to closing on your new home, and everything in between. We even offer down payment and closing cost assistance to eligible first-time home buyers. Visit amerisbank.com/mortgage to learn more and find a mortgage banker near you. Ameris Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. All loans subject to credit approval.
Hey, we're certainly facing interesting economic times. For me, it's very comforting to know my money's in good hands with ITP Partners. Those are Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. Look, I don't know where to put my money. I don't know how to invest it. I don't know the differences between, say, SEP IRAs and 401ks. But I do know as I move closer to retirement, my money grows. And that is because of Reed Wingate and Dan Abel and Reagan Wright and Jeff Hartman and Chris Bryan. Those are the ITP Partners. And We go 3 generations of Hicken Strong where they listen and give us each individualized strategies where our goals are the priority. Get in the game, guys. Don't be afraid. Check in with the ITP partners. They're there to help. For more info, Chris at ITPpartners.com, Chris at ITPpartners.com, or call 312-9751. That's 312-9751. ITP partners are my financial partners for life.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry, this free examination, normally $199, is yours for free and good only through Sunday. For your free examination, call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Call now.
Hi, this is Dale Murray from South Georgia to Central Florida and coast to coast. The Murray Ford Superstores are still putting the customers first and cranking out the deals those big city dealers can't touch. It's no wonder everybody's driving to Murray Ford Superstore to purchase their new vehicle. It's simple. If Murray Ford Superstores doesn't have it, the manufacturer doesn't build it. Plus, you get a 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified new and pre-owned vehicle. Shazam! Holy Jesus Aruba Batman, how do we do it? There's no reason for your purchase to take all day, running around with those big city dealers and being flim-flammed with those big city prices. Nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. And we'll trade anything from aluminum cans to minivans. Be American, buy Murray Ford Superstore. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray, in Stark or Kingsland. I'll be waiting for you. And remember, at any Murray Superstore, it's all about you. Shazam!
With tens of thousands of satisfied patients across America, it's no surprise QC Kinetics gets 5-star reviews.
I'm feeling on top of the world because of QC Kinetics.
I'm able to do the things that I wasn't able to do for a long time.
I can recommend them highly.
I would recommend QC to anybody. QC Kinetics has changed my life.
I couldn't believe it. I honestly was skeptical, but the pain went from a 10 to a 0.
Real people with real lasting relief from joint pain.
QC Kinetics Regenerative Medicine is regenerating me.
It was super successful, and I recommend everyone seek out QC Kinetics as an alternative to surgery.
This non-surgical approach is definitely the future.
I tell as many people as possible. I am an ambassador. I love QC Kinetics.
QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in advanced regenerative medicine. No drugs, no surgery. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 904-274-5522. That's 904-274-5522. 904-274-5522.
Cooking with Prisco.
These things are wonderful. You're going to love it. Have a rollies.
Catch CBS Sports senior NFL writer Pete Prisco every Friday afternoon on The Franchi Show. Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles on 1010XL.
Hey everybody, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods. Dandy subs and sandwiches. Look, we always want you to think about those great options as you're driving around Duval. But the beauty is, even as I'm dropping pounds, Dandy's got great options for me as well. Told you all about their protein packs, delicious salads that they have out there. They have fruit cups for on the go. You know what they have. Veggie snack trays. You can grab those on the go as well. Perfect, healthy snack. Dandy is the name to know when you're on the go. So stop into a Gate store anywhere around Duval and make yours a Dandy, and do it today.
Honey-do list around the house just getting longer? First Coast Home Pros has handyman services you can trust. From bathroom remodeling to home repairs, First Coast Home Pros has you covered. Go to firstcoasthomepros.com.
Hey folks, Hicken here. Now that your kids and grandkids have gone home and the decorations are coming down, I bet you can see it's time to get those carpets and sofas clean. I'm telling you, give Zero Res a try if you haven't already. They clean the carpets, the sofa, the chairs, the area rugs, and even the tile and grout. Google them. More than 5,000 5-star customer reviews. And right now, 20% off carpet cleanings, 20% off upholstery. Zero Res. You spell it forward, you spell it backwards. Zero Res. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
This is Josh Woolsey with Woolsey Morecambe.
When deciding what lawyer to trust with your car accident or injury case, the most reliable way is reviews and results. You want to be treated well, and you want a great result. Woolsey Morcom's reviews are through the roof, and I challenge any law firm to compare results. Clients continue switching to us from other firms because we continue delivering. Recently, a car accident client left a big firm, and Woolsey Morcom got her 10 times what they said it was worth. If you want to be treated right and want great results, call Woolsey Morcom, 638-4235.
You know, many plumbers won't quote prices over the phone and instead charge a service fee for an in-home estimate. Of course, because they know once they're in your home, you're probably not going to send them away. But Roland Reach Plumbing is different. Roland will give you a price quote over the phone. And there's never a trip charge or service fee for an estimate. So if you've got a leak and can't wait a week and don't like paying unnecessary fees, call on Roland Reach Plumbing at plumbingjacksonville.com.
Family owned and managed for 20 years, Hidden Hills Golf Club boasts a unique and welcoming golfing atmosphere. Visit us at hiddenhillsgc.com to book your next round on our Arnold Palmer signature course. You'll be glad you did.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
On 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hit it.
All right, sports concepts and rationalizations. We call it the 10-minute drill. At the end of the drill, E loves to hand out razzle-dazzle, is what he calls it. E, what is the dazzle today?
We care about our listeners' health and their wealth, you know what I'm saying? So we're giving out a 1-year membership to the YMCA, Florida's First Coast. Valid for a household up to 2 people. Make sure you visit fcymca.org for more information.
All right, that's cool. Do you, listen, one of the great records in sport is that of one Novak Djokovic everywhere, but especially at the Aussie Open. I guess he's gone to 10 semifinals and won them all, and gone to 10 finals and maybe won them all. Something like that. Is something I know he's won 10 Aussie Opens.
He beat our guy Fritz overnight.
He beat Fritzy. Gosh dang it,
Dang it, Fritz. Can we get an American man to bust through? We don't need a woman to bust through. She's already busted. We're not paying attention.
Coco.
Yeah, we're not paying attention.
I'm paying attention to Coco.
Well, something tells me if Serena had won 13 straight matches in the Grand Slam, coming off a sweep at the U.S. Open and now on to the next, she'd be halfway, home to her, quote, Serena Slam. Golf was really pressured, especially she saved a bunch of set points. She was down 5-1 in the first set and won it, and it's a good thing because they ended up going into the third set where she won rather
They had tie
easily.
breaks in the first 2 sets. That was on late night, so I was kind of watching that at the.
So she's on to the semis, and again,
and she should win because there's, by the way, a lot of the big names have fallen off. Yeah. Although they're not as many. The quote big names aren't as big as they used to be.
Sure,
but it's still. But yeah, Djokovic, and he's got 24. He's going after number, I think 25 is what we said. But I think he has some incredible record at the Aussie Open and pretty impressive stuff. As I know he's reached the Aussie Open semifinals for the 11th time. When he gets through the quarterfinals in Australia, Djokovic is unbeaten.
Yeah.
So against the best in the semis and the finals, he is 20-0.
Do you know who this is?
That's pretty good.
Who does this look like? Real quick. You won't know. You won't know. It's not. Does that look like anyone to you? Do you know who that is?
No.
Remember that guy Leighton Hewitt?
Yeah.
Does that look like him? That's his son. It's his boy now. God, we're getting old. Leighton Hewitt seems young.
Is he a professional tennis player?
He was in the boys' side of the draw, not in the professional side.
Yeah, but
I'm interested for brunch with the tour today. We're not the only ones asking what in the world gives with this kid not getting his money. Is that a golf rule? Is it an NCAA rule? I can't get an answer now. I don't know what the answer is. People are asking me.
Well, I pulled out of the Farmers.
But still, retroactively, you're not allowed to get your money. That's ridiculous.
Well, I don't know. I mean, again, it's if golf wants to hang on to that, let them hang on to it. I mean, they all know.
I don't think it's golf.
Again, they all know it going in.
Right. Well, you have to declare. You can declare beforehand.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. It still feels weird to me.
Doesn't as much to me.
Okay.
It's like we're trying to just
fair.
Do him a solid, like, hey, get you like.
No, he won the golf tournament. He should get the first place prize.
Here's the thing about the kid.
You shouldn't have to decide. There's no amateur anymore. There is no such thing.
Here's the thing about the kid. The kid is destined for greatness.
I know.
I mean,
still
those who, if you win a U.S., I think he won a junior am too, by the way. Remember how Tiger won 3 Junior Ams and then 3 U.S. Ams?
Yeah.
If you win a Junior Am, a U.S. Am, and I'm not positive on the Junior Am, but if you win a U.S. Am and a PGA Tour event as a
amateur,